Okay, hello everybody. I am trying to go live on Instagram. Well, shoot. It's not letting me do it again. There we are. Okay. I think I'm live on both sides now. There's a little bit of a lag on Instagram, I believe. So, as far as I can tell, I am live on both. So, I type in my little message here, getting coordinated, and I'm trying to type and talk at the same time, which I can't do. So we'll be starting in a minute. I think this, if this is working on Instagram, and it looks like yes, Caroline Jade, yay, okay. So I think that's going to be a little easier, and I let me know how the sound is doing. I look frozen on my side for uh, Instagram. I hope it's okay. So let me know if it's like the live feed is going through all right, because it's just me frozen that I see on my end. And let me know if you can hear if you're on Instagram. That would be great. Notification up to join you live. Yeah. And so, how is the sound and how is the video um, on Instagram? And then we'll get started. So glad. Thank you for being here. We got Tanya one side that says hello on YouTube, and sound is good now. And the video also, because I'm just seeing myself frozen, so I don't know if that's coming through or not. And Carolina helping me on the Instagram side. So welcome everybody, and we're just going through a little technical adjustment. And if I think this is going all right for Instagram, so that will be Carl. Sound is great. Yeah, good on that side. So um, video is great. Oh, excellent. Oh God, this is like so exciting. So it'll be a lot easier because I can do it through one platform. It's a little bit tricky because I've got to go live on Restream and then go live on Instagram, and I've got to wait till about 15 seconds before I can go live on Instagram. But I think it will be better all around, better sound and all that. So welcome. All right, new adventures, and such is life, right? We get these challenges, but if we can just kind of look at them as like, okay, we'll get through this and we'll get to the other side. And sometimes it's better. I was a little ticked when Instagram just disappeared my live option, but here's the replacement, and it looks like it's going to be better. Hello, two funny felines here with me too. Oh, great! Always with the kitties, the doggies. We've had sheep also, Jordan, and birdies. We have all sorts of creatures, great and small, right? So very good. All right, and all right. So let's take a nice deep breath in, hold it, and then just release it with a big sigh. Release, yeah, and then coming into this moment. Yeah, letting ourselves settle in, settle down, slow down, you know. And even I have that tendency to go to. I've always been that way. And so taking that extra time, just an extra breath or two to just slow down a little bit more, go a little deeper, is usually always a good thing. So just becoming aware of your body. So I know we've done this before. It's been a while, but I'll walk you through it again. Just become aware of your body, where you're sitting, your environment that you're in. And as you look around, just be aware of your breath. You might hear your breath, you might just feel your breath expand with your chest expanding and contracting. Notice if you can breathe out easily through your nose or not. It could be that you're breathing up here. Could also be that you've got tightness in your throat, that maybe you have holding patterns in your throat and in the jaw. And so helping to relax that. And it can be helpful to just do what I'm doing of just kind of bringing your fingers down the side of right in front of the ears and down the neck, and just kind of stretching that open a little bit, and see if that helps tone it. Just that the exhale, you'll notice it on the exhale. And if it feels like it's a little tight, just kind of relax your jaw a little bit. See if that helps to just be able to breathe in and out with your mouth closed. So noticing that rhythm. Let's just stay with that rhythm of that breath a little bit. And there should be a little swayed movement as you breathe also. You shouldn't be just kind of like holding stiff and straight. We're not the mounted police or is it the mounted police that are the guards at Buckingham Palace? They had to just sit there, and so we're not that. So as you relax, there should be just kind of this gentle, very slight sway back and forth, as well as your thoracic cage is kind of expanding and contracting. Relaxing the jaw and the throat. And of course, as you relax, for example, the throat, just notice what that neck in the back is looking like, feeling like. Yeah. That's a big control spot back there. You may notice that when somebody is trying to control you, even if it's just mentally not mentally like a thought control, like, sending out the thought control waves, but even in terms of their intention when they're talking to you, like they really want to be on top of the conversation with the topic, with what they know. Pay attention to the back of your neck and see if you're getting plugged into. It's an interesting feeling. And it's like right at the top, if you feel the back of your neck, right where it meets up the skull, just like there's the skull, your finger, you can run your finger down from the top of your head, all just down the back, middle, and then you'll hit like this little indent right just as you get off the skull before you start going down the vertebrae. There's a little bit of an indent because the vertebrae there is not sticking out. It's actually kind of curved. It's in a little bit. So that's that first vertebrae there. That's where that energy will come in. And sometimes they're pushing so hard, it pushes through your head, and it's actually pushing out, and you might think, so you're noticing up here, you might think it's like, oh, my head, it's like, God, I got to clear that out. You try to clear that out, that really doesn't work very well. So if that ever comes up for you, check the back. Take a look at the back. What's going on? Feel the back. What's going on in the back of the neck? And bring your awareness there. Bring yourself back energetically. So what does that look like? I'll walk you through this. Okay, start kind of, let's pay attention to your forehead. Yeah, some people actually are being, I would say tapped into, but do have these control uh, features in the back. Let's call them features. So start with your forehead, your eyebrows. Let's do the whole front of the face. Just as you breathe, just pay attention to those areas, your temples. Coming down the side of the hair, by the hairline on either side in front of the ears. Cheekbones. The ridge of your nose. And that whole cartilage structure of the nose itself. The nostrils. Feeling that part between the nostrils and the top of the lip. And then the top lip itself. See if you can just the top lip. And then just the bottom lip. And the chin. Following that bony structure from the tip of the chin back on both sides to right in front of the ear, the earlobe, the ears. And let's just become aware of the whole front of the face there. And it's easy to be in the front because we look out that way, we face people that way, we move forward that way, unless you need to be walking backwards or you're doing it purposely. Moving backwards. So really bringing that awareness really fully present in the front of your face. So not in the front of your face, so not in front, like here, like in that space that's beyond the skin, but really skin level. And in from that, yeah. That's better. Yeah, people are, just keep focusing on the skin and your whole front of your face, the skin. Some people are just taking a little bit longer to really shift back. Probably because you're out here a lot, maybe working on the computer, maybe there's a defensive mechanism that will project them forward also. So coming back in, yeah. Yeah, there we go. And let's just hang out here a little bit. Get familiar with being inside your skin, in the front of your face there. Yeah, there we go. And already you probably noticed that there's just kind of more of an alignment with your body when you're there. So this, like, the line kind of just drops straight through more easily. And gently, let's just gently start shifting back. So it's like you're putting your head down on a pillow and you're just, without moving your head, but you're just feeling yourself kind of move, float backwards gently. No rush. Kind of like when we've fallen asleep. You're lying on your back, you're falling asleep. And there goes that head on the pillow. Noticing the back of your head. So up here, up at the, towards the middle, towards the top, not at the bottom, but towards the back. It's about the level of your sixth chakra in the back. See what that feels like. There's some convoluted stuff for people back there. So just breathe into that. Let's clean that up a little bit for people. Yeah, so that's part of the control mechanism that's infiltrates into the sixth chakra. Ooh, releasing a kind of good chunk there for people, yeah. And that's actually, we're moving down, clearing out the neck also. Yeah, so knee stuff. I know one person, at least on the call, maybe there's somebody else with knee stuff, but there's a connection there with the back of the neck. So that would be a control issue that's just moving all the way to the knees, right knee. A little bit on the left knee for some people. Yeah. Okay. Doing that. Those control mechanisms, yeah, today, which is good. That's a good thing, yeah. Just keep breathing, keep your awareness back there. Just notice any tightness coming up for some people. Maybe, and you might feel it maybe actually in the shoulders, not so much in the neck, but in the shoulders, but it's coming from those areas. And okay, so I'm just checking in on the Instagram. So I have to go back and forth between the two. I can't see. So Marsh and Jill joined. Hello. Tiki, hello. My left heel has pain. Yeah, so that comes, that all connects down because if there's, yeah, kind of feels like, what's that called? Bursitis or something. That feels like there's a lot of tightness in your muscles, actually, like your calves also, for that heel. But all those pieces can very easily connect up to the heel. And just breathing. Okay, so it's got a nice little bit of space for people between their bodies and these control mechanisms. I make it plural because I'm seeing a lot of, I can't call them threads because they're really stiff. So I mean, it's sort of like these very metallic, stiff bars kind of thing. So feel your whole spine. Take a moment now to feel your whole spine. There's more breathing room here for you to just come into the back of the neck and all the way through the spine. Humble beginnings. Hello, welcome. We are working on the neck, so settle in, take a deep breath, feel your breath for a minute, and then coming into that neck and the back of the spine, and you might want to come back and listen to the replay so that you can start, because that feels like that was good for you to hop in, because there's what I'm calling today is control mechanisms in that area. Woo, yeah, you've got quite a bit. So just come into your neck, just really focus on your neck, focus on the back of your head there, and come into that whole spine. And then this will be posted on YouTube as soon as I'm done. So just come back and a little bit after we finish, to start at the beginning there to really work through that for yourself. So Sydney brings up a good point. So everybody just breathing, and as you're breathing, feel that breath going up and down the spine. You can do like down on the in-breath, up on the out-breath, however you want to do it. Just feel that movement up and down and be rhythmic about it. So just following the breath in one direction, the other part of the breath on the other direction. So Sydney brings up a point. I keep on left side of my neck has been really tight. Okay. Keep having to move my left shoulder down. Yeah. So that's carrying a lot of stuff on your shoulder. So what happens also is we might feel like one side is really tight, when what's happening is the opposite side is so contracted that it's really pulling on the left side. You've got actually quite a bit of that going on, where there's so much tension here that you may not even been showing up physically, and it's just pulling that whole left side. Okay, checking Instagram for a minute. Okay, everybody's fine over there. And just allowing yourself to, so anywhere you're feeling tensions, just allowing yourself to just relax. And you're like, yeah, right. Why relax? Yeah. Just feeling that tension, and just like, okay, we can just for right now, just for this moment, we can just let go a little bit. Doesn't have to be all the way. You can just let go. Yeah. Releasing. Just relaxing. Just bringing that image of butter in the sun. There's a protective mechanism there for you, Sydney. But that's why your shoulder keeps going up, because it's to protect. And just keep breathing. As you stay focused on your physical body, you guys are doing good. It's gently shifting away from you. So you're actually releasing a lot. It might not feel like it in the moment, but yeah. Ah. Yeah. Some deeper clearing happening at this more cellular level. Yeah, very good. There's some very nice kind of strengthening energetically of that body boundary. Okay, good. Um, so put in that little separation there as the stuff shifts out. And the reason for separation is because it could be pretty easy. It's slowly moving out, but it could very easily get pulled back in if you were just shifting your mind in the right direction. So just put a little space there for guys and boundary. So now I want you to come back into your neck. Come back to that space, that little kind of indent right below the skull, the top of the neck. And even put your like a finger from both hands on that. So you're just touching it lightly. And oh, wow, breathing into that area. Yeah, let's pull that out. Ah! And just keep breathing in there, because as you put your awareness on an area and you breathe into that, what's happening is that you move you into that. You move your frequencies, you move your energy into that. And so if there's anything there, when there's anything there, it starts to push it out. So we're actually getting a nice release here that's happening for people. Ah. And let's be just kind of firm with that, holding yourself in awareness of that area and just like, no, I am here. This is me, this is my space, this is my body. No, and you don't have to go yelling or anything, or just like, well, you actually, if you feel like doing that, that's fine internally, but that's fine too. But even just being firm, it's like, no, mm-mm. And yeah, there's some good stuff coming out for people. A lot of, yeah. And let's get a little rectification of programs and patterns here for people. Again, it's going to be general because we've got a group here. So, but that still is supportive if it's not exact pattern for you. It's a general. Ah. Okay, yeah, that's better, much better. So just to get you started here with that space back there and cleaning that up for yourself. And the more you're forward in your head, so in the frontal cortex, is that what it's called? The frontal lobes, which is the thinking, think. The more you appear, the more you like focus on the computer, and you're like on your devices, right? On devices, talk about control mechanisms. Everybody's like, boom. pull yourself back for one. The more you are empty on the backside, and you want to occupy that space too. So notice that when you're on your device, when you're whatever, computer, laptop, your cell phone, whatever it is, on talking to somebody. So it's not even in front of your face, but talking on somebody, and you're here, you get really pulled forward in that conversation and that talking. Take a deep breath in as you're listening. You won't miss anything. Shift back. Come back into, we said at the beginning, I've said it's before, so we all kind of get that practice, right? Of just inside your skin. Be inside. Feel like you're on the inside of your skin looking out. And then feel the back of your head. Yeah. So maybe it's starting to feel kind of funny back there. Funny because all of a sudden you're aware of it. Whereas before you weren't aware of that. Yeah. So again, so this will support you in that, and done a little bit of clearing, but it's also going to bring more forward because all of a sudden you're more aware of that area. You're going to feel it more. And if you're feeling it, it's going to bring forth stuff. But if you're feeling it, then you'll be more aware of when something is trying to like plug into you, like in the Matrix, literally. Except it's energetic. It's not metallic. It's not a metal probe that gets put in your, but it's an energetic thing that literally feels like that. It's going right straight into the center of your brain. And yeah. Yeah. So yeah, good. A bunch of muscles just loosened up in my mid-back right side. Yeah. So something releasing out. So that's nice. Yeah. All quiet on the Instagram side. Yeah, there we go. So be aware, because you've become more aware of that area. You're going to notice it more. You probably start noticing it's like, okay, there's stuff back there that I need to clear out. So if you feel like there's stuff back there, bring your awareness back there. Start with the front of your face, move back, or it can just bring your fingers back there and just feel, put them along that whole area and just like feel into that. You will get a lot of tension on either side of that point, like at the occipital ridges, and that relates to a lot of the external world coming into your space, whatever form, not necessarily control or bad or whatever, but it's coming in and it's having an impact on you, which is kind of controlled, because if you can't be in that space of really holding yourself strongly enough so that it doesn't impact you, then that's one of the areas that's going to show up. So yeah. So let's come down to our solar plexus area. Ugh. And kind of that lower sternum solar plexus area. Starting with the front, because people are just more familiar with that front area again. And let's move, just float your awareness back towards the spine. Oh. All right, that's going through. We got some good stuff we're pulling out here. That's going from that area all the way down into people's legs, lower abdomen and legs. So it's bringing up a lot of anger in relationship and connections. So if you're noticing that for yourself, that's like, yeah, I've got it tends to come up with you, for you, or maybe it's just recent. Yeah, we're going to clear that out. So what's happening is that anger is kind of holding you in place. It's like you can't move forward. It's like it's just kind of you getting all built up with that anger and just like just not able to move forward because you're stuck in that place of just. So take a look at that. If this resonates for you, take a look at. It's like, okay, what are those relationships where that anger is coming up? Past as well as present. Wow, this is intense. Yes, it is. Yes. And just like, okay, let's write it out if you need to. Do something that will help move it out of your body, your energy. So writing it out is one way to do it. Speaking it out, you can actually speak on your device like you're talking to somebody's like blah 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 this and this and just express that, and then delete that file. You don't need to keep it, just delete it. And then when you get through that, when you feel yourself in a place, it's like, okay, it will start. You get all this anger, it's moving through, and you're like blah, 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 blah. It's really going through, and then it's like it starts to get lighter. You can still kind of feel the anger, but it's not so intense. It's lighter, and it kind of like, yeah. And I'm kind of, you almost get monotone with it when you get to the end of it, and you're talking like you're expressing kind of these angry thoughts, but it's like, yeah, and I'm kind of angry and pissed off, as opposed to I'm goddamn angry. So you get to the end, and it's like, yeah, okay, I guess I'm angry. Not really. It's like, yeah, I know I was angry, but just say, okay, moving on. Let's let this go. We're done with this. Over, finished, done. There's past stuff here for people. So past can mean anything from yesterday to back to when you were born and before, right? So let yourself feel into the anger. You don't have to figure out where it's coming from, how far back. You don't need to get into those details. If you like to, that's fine, but it's you just go into the anger and just go into expressing that. It's like, all right, let that go. Yeah, just checking in on the Instagram. I have to go back and forth between the two, but that's fine. The Twindos, it's easier. All right, yes, big block here for people. Whew. All right, we're going to move into just, it's already happening, but making it official here, just moving into just kind of washing it all out, flowing through like you're under a cascade, flowing water. Maybe you're lying in a stream. The water's just washing you, washing through you, allowing it to flow, cleaning all of that out. Yeah. Water, stream of light, whatever feels right. And if you kind of feel like you're in this water, but you're standing up, let's get everybody just lying down like you're in this shallow bed of pristine stream of water. Yeah. Letting that flow, wash away, cool down. release. Floating away. You can also do that when you're taking a shower. It's just visualize that the energy of the water coming through you and washing everything through, draining through your whole body, out your feet, out the bottom of your feet, and see it going down the drain. You can kind of stand there until it's clear. Or do that, you take a bath. Get a nice Epsom salts bath going in there. Get in there and feel like the Epsom salts is just pulling out, or maybe you might salt. Yeah, Epsom salts. I tend to like Epsom salts because it also relaxes the muscles more, and so as the muscles relax, and it releases. And just filling all that water, and then as you drain the tub out, just kind of visualizing all of that draining out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, very nice. So letting ourselves just kind of drying off now, letting in the light of source, of the pure source. Cleaning, clearing, releasing very nicely. Very soothing and calming. And in that soothingness and that calm, quiet, space. Yeah. Just renewing everything. Just kind of shifting, realigning everything. Deepening that alignment to your higher self, your spirit source essence, however you want to call it. That aspect of you, which is this purest expression of you, the infinite you. Very nice. And not through anybody or through anything directly. Yeah. Somebody, I feel like might be you, humble beginnings, but maybe not. So see if this resonates, or for whoever this resonates. When I said that, yeah, I said not through anybody or anything, because there's been some doing of connecting with one's higher self and going through someone. So that's it's not. It doesn't feel very negative, but it's likely. You take a class, or you take a course, or you take a little thing. You follow a little weekend workshop, and they guide you through connecting to your higher self, kind of thing. Then what's happened? Hey, Laura. What's happened is that situation that you learned it in is kind of anchored in, instead of just coming into that place of doing it for yourself. it's happening through that connection to that other person. So you want to break out of that. It's fine to go to workshops and to um, learn things from other people. Make it your own. Okay, so there, and just you might even just say to yourself, okay, so I'm just seeing that example through them, but affirm for yourself you can do it for yourself, because you can. Sometimes we just need a little external guidance. It's like, I can't figure this out for some reason, and I'm kind of blocking this. I can't figure this out, so go to somebody else. That's fine. But then step into that. I can do this myself. I don't need that external connection to connect to yourself, because you are always connected to your higher self. It's a question of, it's like you're here, right? There's you here, the human you here. Then your higher self is up here. So you're always linked in. It's like an impossibility to not be linked in. The problem is what's in between. What's between your human self and your higher self? It's like there's all this stuff in here. That's the part that we clear out, we clean out. That's the part that's like, God, I just can't feel that connection. So when you can't feel that connection, just affirm for yourself. It's like, I know I'm connected. I can't feel it right now. I don't have a sense of it right now, but I know I am connected, because that's the truth. At the deepest level, that is the truth. I'm about to start a class on Sunday. So that's fine. So, okay, good point. Let me pause on that one for a minute. Let me jump back to Hilarious. I'm going to come back to that, because I'm going to make a suggestion that's going to be good for everybody. So to get beyond, basically I kind of said it, but to restate it. How does the vagus nerve play a role in the back octopus area? What's the octopus area of the neck? Probably, I think you meant occipital area, when one is controlled back there. Well, so it comes in, so it might be coming in through the back, but it's as soon as something is coming into your system goes on into alert. One of the things that happens is like, there's a tightening up that happens. So your vagus nerves, you want to have that relaxed. But if you're on alert, if your system's on alert and or in fear, that's going to come into so that's going to impact the vagus nerve. Humming is really good thing to do to help with that. Humming like internal humming, like where you're doing it internally, that will help to shift that. Okay, so I'm about to start a class this Sunday. Okay. It feels like you've done this before. I don't know if it's this class or this person or just this context. So this is not like something new. So for everybody, you want to take a class, you want to learn something, you feel like that other person, let me just check Instagram too. Whoops. You feel like that person's got all this knowledge and information that you want. You feel like you don't have it. Okay. We all go through that. That's kind of pretty normal. And we want to learn more. We want to grow. We want to get moving. First of all, affirm for yourself that you have the answers within. You know this information that's you want. Affirm and know that it's coming from within. Maybe you can't figure it out now because it's the human level that can't figure it out now. Maybe you don't have that connection to yourself strengthened and developed enough. So start with that before you go into class. So go into class with that attitude. It's like, okay, this is to help me remember. see that that person is just opening that doorway, but is not the way to get you there. Um, Again, it's about reinforcing that you are your own authority. You have that connection and you can get it for yourself, and that, you know, you might be using this external source, but when you affirm that, it puts the power back into you as opposed to, you see these people and the greater the following, the more you have, and then people come out of these workshops. I've been seeing that recently on YouTube. People go to these workshops with big names, and then they go, it's like, well, this is how you really need to do. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, this is terrible. This is what happened. It's a cult. It's all this. It's like what's happening with these, at least in part with people who go through that and put that out there, is that they've put the power into that other person. They've put them up on a pedestal. That's a way of putting power, giving power to that person. And it's like, that person has the answer for me. That person has an answer that might be good for me, that might give me a hint as to where I need to go. It might point me in the direction of where I need to go, but it's not the answer. So just notice that in class. There's another little piece. I won't get into detail with that now, but if your pure source connection is stronger than the facilitator, you don't want to be in that class. You don't need to be in that class. I won't go into explaining that now because we don't really have time. But just ponder that. It's like, well, is my pure source connection really strong? You might not feel that way about yourself. And it gets in that piece where somebody has knowledge and it's like, wow, I don't know this stuff. I really want to know this stuff. It's like, yeah, but if your pure source connection is stronger than theirs, that happens. That's happened to me. That's when I stopped going to classes, other people's classes a long time ago, because that's what was showing up. What will happen is that you will be basically holding the group. And all right, I'll read your message in a moment. Holding the group and basically doing that energetic work that the facilitator should be doing. You should, and so another way of saying it is, if you're attending and you're paying, you should be the one who's getting paid to be there. It's like, okay, and yes, I have attended a ceremony she had before. I've been trying to meditate so I can tap in and receive my own. I guess I was getting frustrated with my journey and trying to connect. Yeah, and we all go through that. We all go through those pieces. So let's use this. If you've signed up and it's like going Sunday, it's like, okay, this can also be a really good learning experience and a different way of strengthening yourself. And so this is for everybody here. If you ever do this, any kind of group stuff, she's actually not, she's not, oh God, she's not real pure. She's not negative, but she's not real pure. So it's kind of like, and if I look at you, if I compare the two of you, basically equal levels. So yeah, you're bringing up a lot of good points. First of all, you always want to go to workshops to people who are much higher than you and who are a higher pure state of you. Not equal. Equal, you shouldn't be paying for that stuff. So when you go on Sunday, go in with that, that attitude and that belief for yourself. It's like, I know this. Yeah. And like you said, I've been getting frustrated. I can't, trying to connect in, trying to get more connected, more deeply. I'm getting frustrated. So, but I know I can do this for myself. Wherever you're at, guys, always affirm that if you're not there currently, you know that deep in the deepest part of you, you've got it. You can do it. Just maybe right in this moment, you just can't see it. There's something in your way, whatever. So that you affirm your strength, even if you don't feel strong in the moment. When you go to the class or to the ceremony, be really aware of your body. Keep coming back to feeling your body, being present in your mind. So, you can come back to this, come back and feel yourself just pull in to your body. That might start to make her pissed off, but if it does, then you'll understand. You understand exactly what's going on. Then you can choose to leave right there or stay because you're learning a lot in the process. Just see that as an affirmation that you are you're strong in yourself. So, but it might not happen. But anyways, just really come into yourself. Really come into your physical body. Pull yourself into like the middle of your head so that you're looking out through your eyes from the inside. Yeah. And sit there and take it in. And so it's like, okay, I'm just trying this out for now. Maybe it doesn't fit me, maybe not. God, there's a lot I could say about this, but we don't really have time. So, but you brought up a lot of good points. And I'm going to say just come back every Wednesday, guys. Every Wednesday, let me flash up my little QR code for value donation for anybody who's inclined there on YouTube. Come back every Wednesday. We're here. And exactly for this purpose, to help people connect to themselves without needing anything else. So yeah, we have a group space and we practice together. But it's not about me doing it for you. It's not about me making it you go through me. It's just me just kind of like a coach, say, okay, do it this way, do it that way, guiding you to what you need to do for yourself to connect more deeply, to connect to yourself, because that's the most important thing you can do for yourself, for everything that you do, whether it's meditation or anything. You're going to hit those moments in meditation where it seems like you're getting absolutely nowhere, because the minute you close your eyes, it's like da 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 going off. And it's a good thing, because what's happening is you're starting to release. It's like you're up to the brim, right? And as soon as you close your eyes, da 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 da. But as this da 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 is going on, you're releasing it out. So powerful session, and thanks. A new thing to practice. New thing, yeah, just a variation. Again, a little dark. I'm kind of sitting in the dark here because the clouds have gathered. So really good session today, guys. And everybody's still quiet on Instagram, so that was good on Instagram. Thank you all for being here. Again, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central European Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then you'll have to figure it out for wherever you are, anywhere else. So do stop by. We're here expressly for that, to connect in, to be more connected with yourself, to find that alignment to pure source, to your higher self, more and more, and live from that place. So good job, everybody. And now we're going to go through the technical closing down of ending the live on Instagram. So I have to do that first. Thank you all. Thank you on Instagram for stopping in. And we'll see you next time around.